Welcome to the final part of my Camino Frances trip. In case you've seen the other 3 parts, here's the good news. You're only an hour away to the end of this journey to Santiago. And this part begins where the last one ended, in Botafumeiro, the famous village in the mountains of Galicia.
Day 24, and I'm a few minutes away from Botafumeiro, where I had a good night's sleep, and there was some rain yesterday in the evening and overnight. It stopped now, so should be a nice stage to Triacastela. And it's quite short, it's like around 21 kilometers, I think. Which should be good because the weather forecast says that there's going to be more rain in the afternoon. But I really like this stage because you have really great views.
And it really is a great stage, so as long as the weather's fine, it's like walking in paradise. And in case it's raining, maybe stay a day in the village because you shouldn't miss the beautiful views. I think everybody should be okay with the distance of that stage. It's about 24 kilometers and it's pretty easy to walk, except one little uphill part that you'll see in just a minute. And for sure, just like every other day, I ran into my Camino friend Dominic again. So the stage was ours for the day. And this is, by the way, Alto de Pollo, where you reach an altitude of about 1,300 meters. Where it's pretty famous for the statue, which shows a pilgrim from the Middle Ages on a stormy hill, and well, you've probably seen pictures of it before. I'm not sure if I've shown you this thing already. That's a horeo. These small buildings have been used for drying corn, and they are a national treasure of Galicia, and you still find them all over the country. Galicia really is my favorite part of the Camino, because you always feel like walking in hobbit land. It's so beautiful, and to enjoy that massive green color is the reason for me to always walk in May, not too late in the summer, because then things can turn pretty dry and brownish, so May is much better. So get your Instagram account ready, because this place is famous for having one of the oldest chestnut trees in Galicia. It's about 800 years old. Can't really miss it. It's just before you enter the city of Triacastela.
Sonst denken die Menschen am Ende, ich habe gar keinen kennengelernt.
So these are 3 people from my Camino family again, including Henry. Remember him? He's the guy from the very first day. So that was a nice evening, a nice meeting at Triacastela then. I was staying in that beautiful Galician style albergue, very nice, and on that day full of Korean pilgrims. Well, and next day I had some troubles getting out of it because the door was closed. So it took me a while to find out that there was another door leading me out to the street.
Now this is day 25, and I was just starting off from Triacastela. And when you leave Triacastela, you have basically 2 options. One is to the left, which goes over the monastery of Samos, or you go right, which is the direct way. The direct way is much shorter, about like 6 or 7 kilometers, and it's much better today, I think, because it has rained quite a lot overnight, so the stage over Samos isn't really recommended when it's wet. So, and I know both stages already, and this one's also very nice, so I've chosen this one.
This day I was walking to a place called Barbadelo, which is probably not the typical resting place for most pilgrims. The village is a very small one, but I happen to like that place for various sentimental reasons, so it's always Barbadelo for me, and this time made no difference. as you can see here, it's really a beautiful stage again. Little streams, lots of green, juicy meadows. It's just wonderful. I always stop by this little chapel just outside of Triacastela. Well, it seems to slowly fall apart. I don't know how old it is. Should be like 200 years or even more. But from time to time, someone seems to get inside. Sometimes to see flowers, but it has never been open whenever I came around here. Sometimes it's so interesting to see how places have developed, just like this one. I remember this one being a tiny place with a young guy standing there on his own, handing out some apples and oranges to pilgrims, and now some years later, this thing really developed into an oasis for pilgrims to stop by for a while, take a coffee, have a chat with these really nice people.
I started in a meal, so halfway, and it still kind of feels like my first. Oh yeah. Would she appreciate you telling us that she's up on a ferry? Maybe not.
Day 26, I think. I'm starting my stage in Barbadelo. I always try to stay here, especially at this place called Casa del Carmen. This time it was closed due to the owner falling sick. So this time I tried the other one at the entrance of Barbadelo. Casa Barbadelo, I think. And I really liked it. It was a nice place. Good food, good vegetarian food. So today it's Ligonde, which should be 35 kilometers. It's a Donativo place. Only a few beds. I think they usually don't take reservations, but I met a trail angel yesterday, and she said, I'm gonna manage this for you. So I was lucky, but still I have a lot of miles to go today.
No, don't go, don't go.
3, 2, 1. Okay. So this one is the official 100 kilometers. Though it's only 100 more kilometers to Santiago. No one knows if this is true or not. Anyway, I think they have even committed murders because of that. But it's the official one, so don't miss it. Take a selfie.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Is this an all-you-can-eat buffet? Yes, it is. Sometimes the effort people just take to feed the pilgrims seems really strange, and well, on this day it was really welcome. And these are the famous steps that lead into the city of Botafumeiro. Actually, I never stayed there, I always walked on. The city used to be where the river flows now, so they kind of moved the whole thing, including the church. I think it was in the 60s, but maybe I'm wrong. And then I had this great evening at the albergue in Ligonde. I was lucky to find a place to sleep because they were already full when I arrived.
Good morning. This is day 26. I'm starting here from the place called Ligonde, and well, I spent the night at this albergue La Fuente de Peregrinos. It is a special place. It's a Christian place, so they got rules, and they even show you like a Jesus movie. Yeah, it might sound a bit strange, but actually I really love that place. The atmosphere is great, the people are great. Every 2 weeks another group of volunteers is here to care about the pilgrims, and that's what it is. They really care about people, they care about pilgrims. So if you're interested in these like very special albergues, which are like a contrast to the commercialized ones, try this one. It's beautiful. It's a great place, so I would really recommend stop by at Ligonde at the La Fuente del Peregrino. So usually I walk 2 weeks a year, and I always have this feeling after 2 weeks, oh, I would really love to walk on, and it's not enough. This time, after nearly 800 kilometers, which is it takes another 2 days, I really feel like kind of satisfied. It's fine now, it's enough. I don't want to walk on much. So I definitely will not walk to Finisterre or something. This is Palas de Rey, small city that a lot of people actually stop here and stay the night. I never do that because I really hate that city. I don't like it. It's really ugly. There's no reason at all to stay here. So as you might see, a lot of more pilgrims now, starting from Palas again. The last 100 kilometers are always very busy because mostly Spanish people join the Camino to do it on a weekend or something. But it's Thursday, so probably won't be too full, but I've seen pictures yesterday from Pedruso into Santiago. There were loads of pilgrims. So expect the last 100 kilometers to be really packed. And that's probably all season.
Although the stage is quite packed with people, the landscape is still wonderful. But yeah, sometimes it's annoying when you meet big groups like this one. They even had a Bluetooth box, turning the Camino into a clubbing event. Well, anyway, who am I to criticize others? So never mind, let them find their way. But it's definitely not mine. Now maybe this is interesting for you. This is the Church of Monte, which was the end of the Camino Francis during the Spanish flu in 1918. Pilgrims then weren't allowed to enter Santiago because of the famine, and they got the Compostela right here.
Nicht sicher, ob das hier der Ort ist, wo früher mal Dolores oder so war. Sieht ein bisschen so aus, aber auch wieder nicht. Vielleicht liege ich auch falsch. Ich gehe noch mal ein bisschen weiter.
This place is called the Casa Tia Dolores, and I've known this place for ages now. So I come back every year, more or less. I remember the original owners. There was this old guy who walked the stage backwards every day just to hand over leaflets to the pilgrims passing by. I think he's dead by now. Probably even his wife is no longer with us. And some other people took over. It seems that their idea was to cover that place in empty beer bottles from Peregrina beer. Well, it's always good for a photo and some good food.
I'm here in Pedruso, an ugly place. I really hate this town, and yesterday my hate got even stronger because when I arrived my bed was gone. I had a reservation, I wrote an SMS and a WhatsApp, and I called to confirm I would be a bit later, like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But when I arrived, my bed was gone, so they gave it away. So I was really pissed because Porta de Santiago used to be quite a good albergue, but this time this guy wasn't helpful at all. He was unfriendly and didn't care. So I would say no recommendation at all for the Porta de Santiago. So anyway, the city was packed, no place at all. I think I asked like 6 or 7 places. They all said no, it's full, no chance. And I was ready to take a taxi, but then a German pilgrim I met some days ago, she wrote me that there might be another pension. So I tried that and it worked out. I'm not sure if this is legal because they didn't take my passport and they didn't give me any receipt, but so I won't say the name. But it worked out fine. I've got a very good room, and now off we go to Santiago. So it's another 13 kilometers to Santiago, and by now pilgrimages turned to mass tourism. Lots of people, lots of pilgrims on the way. This is really not what you want to see on a Camino. People everywhere. Can't escape really. I know everyone's got the right to be here just as me, but I think there is some danger to the soul of the Camino if it carries on like that, so can't imagine how it will be in June or July. Horrible. So now I've reached Monte de Gozo, which is, I think, translated by Hill of Joy or something, Mountain of Joy. And the reason is that from here it's the first time you can actually see Santiago. And so traditionally, this is the place where especially Spanish people used to stay for the last night before entering Santiago. It's only like 4 or 5 kilometers. There used to be a huge monument here by, I think, with something with the Pope. I can't remember really, but that was so ugly. So I'm happy to tell you that they just moved it away, and so it doesn't spoil the landscape anymore. Yeah, there are lots of pilgrims here right now. I'd say like maybe 4 dozens, 5 dozens, so quite a lot of people. And yeah, I'm not sure if you can, yeah, you probably can see Santiago, and there's gonna be like another half an hour or something, and then I should be there. So just reached Santiago. It's quite a long walk still into town, but this is kind of the official welcome sign of Santiago. I think it's they exclusively built this for doing selfies, because I remember there was an official Santiago sign at the bridge already. Probably like millions of people died by car accidents, so that's why they built this one. Thank you. Hi, nice to see you. I'm sweaty. Sorry. Hey. So let's sit down for a moment.
For 19 days.
Now this is what every pilgrim wants to see, the swinging of the famous Botafumeiro, which is more or less swinging every day, so don't worry, you probably see it. And even if you're not Christian, I would recommend to go to Mass. It's really a dignified end for your Camino. But to be honest, much more important to me personally is to see all these people again that made the Camino my Camino, my fellow pilgrims. And I was lucky to see most of them again in Santiago, and we had a great day and a great night. It might sound funny, but although you meet these people for a very short time in your life, you will probably never forget any one of them.
Nice to see you again, man. Ah, thank you.
I'm already slow. Like I walk slower than
So that's the silver coffin. Legend says it's hosting the remains of St. James. Nobody knows if there's any truth to that. I would highly doubt it. Probably it's just the bones of some poor guy, but anyway, it's the energy, it's the cult, the atmosphere that makes it so very special. This is the Porto Santo, which is only opened in the holy year. It's the holy door. You have to look very closely to find it at all, because it's quite small. Walking through it means that all your sins, all the sins of your life are forgiven. As far as I know, in normal years, it only means like forgiveness for a single year. But I'm not too much into these Catholic rules.
So now these are the last few hours I spent in Santiago. My flight's going back to Hamburg tomorrow, so I pretty much spent the day with doing all the stuff that you usually do when you're a pilgrim, like getting the certificate, going to mass and stuff, and buying some things for the family members back home. So it's been a great ride, it's been a great hike. It was a wonderful experience again, although I find that the Camino Frances is too packed with people. So I will definitely walk again on a Camino, but not the Frances. Anyway, it's still a great experience, so if you haven't done it, I would really recommend do this thing. It really changes the way you see things in life. But whatever you do, buen camino.
Well, now you've really made it. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all those who took the time to watch all 4 parts of my Camino. Yeah, there'll be definitely another one. I'm just in the middle of planning. Next will be probably the Camino Primitivo again. So probably in June, July, you might see the new video. Until I see you again, thanks and bye and buen camino.